All right, another session of questions. Here we go. Each in the jar, pulling one out, several out. We got one, okay. This one reads, it's always upside down. Is Bitcoin safe to use? Short answer is yes, but there's always a but, right? There's always condition. I don't want to sound like a lawyer, but there are things you need to do as general, safe, good practices. First off, not your keys, not your coins. You will hear that phrase over and over again. What that means is if you don't have the coins, if you don't have the private key to the coin, it's not yours. If you have to log into a website, it's not yours. If you leave it on Cash App, if you leave it on Coinbase, if you leave it on Kraken, pick an exchange. If you leave it on the website, it's not yours, because what happens if that website is down? You don't have access to your money. So you move it to your own wallet. That's the first best practice. You must do that. Do not leave it on any exchange, including Cash App. Don't leave it on an app. Don't leave it on an exchange. That's the first example of good use practice. Second, you definitely want to do a test transaction before you send money to anyone, unless you're not worried about the amount. Like if it's $5-10, I could see you risking it. But if you don't want to risk it and you don't want the fees to get too much involved, if it's over $100 or whatever, I would always use a test transaction. And what that means is you get the address for the person. Say you have my address to send to. You send a little bit, and typically I'll send a weird number. And I'll ask the person that I'm sending it to, did you receive it? How much did you receive? It's kind of a double verification. Did you get it, and how much did you get? I have no idea how much they're receiving at any given time. If they're a merchant, they could get $5-10 at any given time. But if I send 537, I'm going to know that's my 537. That sort of thing is what I do. So you do a test transaction, confirm that they got it, and then you can send the rest. That's always a good practice. But you need to use good practices, and whether it's safe to use. I would not walk around with a lot of it. I certainly wouldn't walk around with a lot of it on a hot wallet or on my phone, because you could lose your phone, and there's probably not many barriers to using it on your phone. If you're using it like Google Pay, Apple Pay, just keep in mind it's like losing literally your wallet. So if you don't want to lose how much you walk around on a given day with your wallet, it's entirely a personal choice. I would think that anything more than $100, I would be a little more cautious, unless you're intending to spend a couple $100 that day. Or if you're not worried about a couple $100, then more power to you. That's great. But just know that whatever you're walking around with at any given time, in any electronic form, if you lose that phone, you don't have the seed words and the best practices to back that up, it could be gone. Now, that's the last thing I'll mention is that the 12 words, the seed words, most of the time it's 12. If you happen to lose whatever wallet you're keeping them on, you can always try and restore that wallet to another device. Or, like, every hard device eventually dies. Eventually a phone stops working, computer stops working. So if you have it on a laptop or if you have it on a phone and it crashes, it doesn't work anymore, always have a backup of those 12 words. Last point on that, and I'll mention this probably in the other video because it's so important, get in the habit of exercising those words, meaning that restore your wallet somewhere, or restore a wallet in general. Typically, like, what I'll do is, if I get a new wallet, or if I want to restore it, I will get those 12 words and I'll put it on a different phone just to make sure that I have that practice down, and then I might restore it back to the original device. Just getting that, you've done it, you've got that muscle memory now, you know how to do it. Isn't it a pain? Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but it's better than losing your money. So it's safe to use. It's safe to use in right amounts. Like I said, you can have it on a wallet and hand somebody that wallet and say this wallet's worth, 0.001 Bitcoin, which right now is about $1,000, so that's significant. Or it's probably $100. A thousandth of a Bitcoin would be $100. Yes, but you get the idea. Unless you're comfortable just handing it around or walking around with it, don't. And just practice good Bitcoin safety of knowing your seed words, knowing how to restore a wallet. Don't walk around with a hot wallet that's active that could be scanned or be skimmed, especially if you're going to a conference with other Bitcoin people. So hopefully that answers your question. It is safe to use if you use it the right way. And we will teach you throughout the videos on here and beyond what the best practices are. So great question, and now on to the next one.